The Drake Golem OX serves as the transport variant of the standard Golem. While the default variant functions as a mining starter, the Golem OX qualifies as a bit more advanced vehicle. They share many similarities, but the OX measures a bit bigger and lacks mining tools. Of course, both have no interior, and it's just a cockpit with the ship's body and its tools. Because it's specialized more in the cargo role, the price has also been increased. So we deal with a pretty expensive transport ship. It costs 50% more than your standard variant of the same ship, yet it's redesigned for transport use, allowing us to carry 64 units of cargo total. It's equivalent to 32 unit containers side by side. That's the maximum capacity it has, nothing bigger. This is a position on a small ship that is on the transport level of a MISC Freelancer. The weapons and shields remain the same, a single size 1 shield and dual size 1 weapons. The OX boasts slightly more health, but it doesn't really grant it any advantages. As a nifty little tool, OX also features an extending out tractor beam in the rear. Kind of similar to the default variant's mining head, which also extends out, but that does it from the front. I actually like they reconfigured it for this role, with an open bay like this right at the belly of the ship. It's very easy to access. On the downside, I would not like to pick up many small containers on this ship. Instead, I would prefer few big ones. Hovering and managing the cargo almost makes me think this might have some similar elements to Esperia Prowler, the utility variant. Well, maybe to some extent, as they remain significantly different, but can perform slightly in similar comfortable cargo situation. Visually, it looks pretty much the same as the Argo MPU tractor, but bigger and better. Well, the Golem OX is not a forklift ship, so they differ. But in design and work purpose, they all align identically through on different levels. Additionally, the Golem OX might prove a wet dream for those of us who have used the default Golem on regular basis and actually fallen in love with it. Thus, it acts like the next evolutionary step. I could see these two ships working hand in hand. One mining and other one delivering the minerals, containers, or even refined materials for trade. Perhaps crafting. I might not be 100% sure how I feel about this ship. I like what they have made, as it kind of feels like the next step from Golem up to a bigger Golem. Perhaps they should go into the salvage business as well and form an industrial trio, just like the cutters represent starter trio. I know we just got salvation, but these are proper Drake workhorses, and at some point I think they will need to address it. When I flew the ship, I think it responded quite well to my actions. It wasn't too slow, nor was it extremely agile, as it's supposed to be industrial. It felt rather light, at least to some extent. Attaching cargo containers with a tractor beam will push the ship around, and that is what I really didn't enjoy. However, when hovering, you do get a lot better control for managing cargo, thus alleviating the issue a bit. I think it should really focus on largest possible containers if it can. This way it wastes minimum amount of time and actually performs quite well with the tractor beam. At this moment, I do believe Golem Shipline occupies this unique spot where no other ship family has dared to go. We got the starter level, mining starter with the default Golem, and now we have the Golem OX, which nears the medium-sized ship's role while remaining relatively small. That will likely explain why it carries such a heavy price at the moment, as it functions almost on the level of a C1 Spirit Hull A or the Freelancer. I think it might serve best as the planet system-wide transport, like between moons and stations. It also proves an extremely agile transport and reacts to ship controls pretty well. On the downside, the ship's lightness actually makes using the tractor beam to get containers attaching them under your belly a bit hard. It's excellent in the sense that it's kept minimal for maximum cargo capacity. The only way they could improve upon this design is actually add some interior, a bed, or something inside. I think it ranks as one of the most interesting competitors for the small-sized cargo ships, but I would like the obvious industrial expansion of this ship line. And on that note, I think I'll leave you. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.